Well, hello there, it's Kriint and welcome to another speed build. So today we're building an A-frame house in Granite Falls, and this build has been in the works for 1 year and 2 months. So September 2018, I wanted to do an A-frame house, and I ran into some trouble that I couldn't do the stairs. Well, I could do them, but they would take up too much space. So again in November on 2018, I retried that, and at that point, terrain tools were introduced to the game, and many teamers found a workaround into creating L-shaped stairs with changing the height of essentially the level. And I was excited at that point, and I was really looking forward into making the A-frame house, but I found out that you cannot have a higher raised floor within the roof. So I hit a dead end, and until later last week, I wasn't sure what to build, and I had completely forgot about the A-frame house, because let's be honest, who thinks about their failures that often? Unless it's nighttime and you're trying to fall asleep, then yes, but other than that, no. So I was just going around the words. I'm like, I want to build something different. I want to build something unique that is not just a house. And I was just going around. I couldn't find anything. And I go into Granite Falls. I'm like, the A-frame house, because I have this huge save file that I'm trying to eventually finish. And I'm like, do you think that I can do it this time? And I started it, and as you saw in the beginning, this is the first time that I'm actually taking pictures at the first, only on one side of the house, the front side, because I changed my mind so many damn times about how the house would look on the exterior, because the way that the house would look on the exterior, I guess the roof, would shape how it would look on the interior. And not only I wanted it to look cool on the exterior, to be, eye-catching, but I obviously wanted to have enough space to fit everything on the inside and for it to be completely usable. This was a big thing for me, a big goal. So I changed my mind so many times. And oh my God, after I got it right, I was so excited. At the beginning I was like, oh my God, why did I start this again? Because the first time I tried for like 1 hour, and then the second time I also tried for 1 hour. And at that point I was like, okay, good. Am I wasting again another hour trying to make something? And I think the first time was 2 hours to make this work while it's not going to. But after I got it right, it was so satisfying. Like, I was so excited, I cannot even tell you. And yeah, then I went on the inside and I struggled. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I struggled a lot because the house is fairly large, right? It's not a small house, but I wanted it. Like, obviously there are bigger houses, but as an A-frame house, I think it's a large one. But I wanted it to be like cozy and nice, and I wanted it to be modern. And I'm not good at modern builds, I think, and at least making modern builds feel homely. And especially balancing how decorated a rental house is going to be. Because if you're creating or like decorating a rental, even in real life, you don't add personal stuff. And this is something that you do in the same. So obviously you won't have pictures of your kids or, like, I don't know, clothes on the floor or a basketball on the floor or something like that would make it more realistic. So you have to decorate it in a way that it's still decorated and feels homely, but not making it personalized. And this is something that I really struggle a lot at, finding the perfect balance. But I'm happy with how it turned out. And I try at least to give it a modern wood chopper vibe. I don't know, like some stuff are more raw than others. There's more wood and natural tones around the house and stuff like that. What I don't like about this entire build is the roof on the inside. I wish that I could paint it somehow because it looks boring. I'm not happy with it. It's like a grey thing, but still, I like it. It's very unique. And the crazy thing for me is that all of this is entirely usable. Which you will notice that we're currently not in granite faults. I don't know if you will notice right now because we're inside the house. I had to take the build to a normal world, acid springs, because I wanted to play test it as I went, so I wouldn't, run into a problem later and be like, okay, this room is not usable at all. I have to delete it. What do? I just, spent 20 minutes fixing it. So that was something I was like, yeah, let's test it. So I moved it to Acid Springs because I wasn't really feeling like having my Sims travel there and then make them take vacations and then extend the vacations and then do the whole seats, like enable free builds. I was like, I just don't want to deal with it. And I took a lot of inspiration from actual A-frame houses because it's not a normal house, you cannot decorate the walls here. You don't have any walls. And actual A-frame houses in the real world, first things first, have windows. Hello, I cannot have that in The Sims, and I didn't really want it to have just a simple glass roof, the entire thing. I didn't like it. But they have like peeping windows. How are they called? Skylights, I think. Maybe, I'm not completely sure. But we're not able to have that. That's not a technology that we can have. So I also saw people hanging stuff literally on the roof, which is something else that we cannot have. So I was like, the hell? How do I make this look good? And how do you put the furniture in a way that, it makes sense and you don't, in reality, bang your head in the roof the entire time? So I had to take a lot of inspiration because this is not something that I've ever done before. I've never, I think, furnished how is it called? An attic in The Sims, like, with actual roofs before. Which is, fun fact, it's not in this channel, it's in another channel that I had. It's the first build that I've ever shared in Sims 3. In Sims 3 we could alter the flooring so we could make it look like a sloped roof, and I did an attic in a build that was like a bedroom, and I was so excited using, the constrained floor elevation sheet. But yeah, after so many years, I've never shared an attic here. It's, I don't know, I guess, sure, whatever. So the house, I wasn't sure about that. Like, let me tell you, if you go rent a house and you're like, okay, we're gonna go to couples or whatnot, and you go and rent a 2-bedroom apartment or like A-frame house, cabin, wouldn't it be weird one of them to live in the attic because like that's what's upstairs and the other person just to live in a small bedroom? I don't know. I found it so weird. So I'm like, what do I do with the second bedroom? The one that I just did. Do I do it a bedroom? Do I do it an office? Like, it's a freaking vacation spot. You shouldn't have to have an office, You take time away from work. You don't take your work with you. So it's like, I don't want to do it, a kid's room. It's going to ruin all the fun. A kid, no, ew, it's not going inside my A-frame house. Yuck, who do you think that I am? So I was so contemplating it. Like, I was like, do we do a second living room here? I'm like, what's the freaking point of that? Why would you have 2 living rooms in such a small house? But a few seconds ago, I said it's a large house. It's okay. That's okay. Let's not talk about it. So I decided to, go against my original thinking that was it's weird, and decided to do a bedroom here. So I ran into a few problems that I haven't really thought originally. I couldn't actually go inside the roof, which you will see a bit later that I'm able to do. It needs a particular like angle to go inside the roof and like build there, and like it is happening within a specific range, I guess. So I wasn't sure, like here I figured it out, but before I was like, excuse me, is the second floor going to be completely useless? Is this A-frame house, like the attic space, useless? What's the point of making an A-frame house if you don't have anything in the attic? Like, that's the cool part of the A-frame houses. Oh my god, take a shot every time that I say A-frame, shut up. So I was so mad, and I was trying to figure out a different solution, which you don't see here. I tried to do different roofing, but it doesn't work because I've already done the downstairs, and I couldn't alternate it any other way, like change it. So I was really stuck, but at the time that I'm able to have the camera inside the attic, and this is actually, the entire thing is playable, you can even go into live mode in this area and use it completely, like without tab, just by placing your camera at specific position, I guess. It was like gods, and I'm like, thank god, this is so satisfying, like thank god, because I took so long to figure out the exterior and to do the interior, and knowing that I cannot, like the attic floor isn't usable, it was so beaten down. And oh my god, the exterior, like that, those final moments during the backyard took me way longer than doing some of the other rooms. I don't know what it was, but that tree, I am obsessed with that tree. I don't know what it is, but this tree, and only this tree, gives this build something so magical and so dreamy, and I'm obsessed. And I was like, what else? What do I do in the backyard? I wanted a sitting area. Do I want like a knitting area? Do I want a chess table? Do I want the fire pit? And I didn't know. I really wanted the fire pit because you're in Granite Falls, you need to roast stuff, but I was like, I don't like it. It's too outdoorsy, and this is supposed to be more modern outdoor. So yeah, it was hard for me, but honestly, throughout it all, and like having so many like letdown moments, I'm so happy with the final result, and I'm just so overly proud of it. And this is something that you won't hear me say a lot, like I'm so proud of it. I'm usually like, it's okay, I don't like it, or something like that. So hear me say that I'm so proud. It's a hell yes moment. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I hope that you have an amazing day, and take care. Bye.